Hello, I'm Rich. You're watching my YouTube channel where I play awesome tabletop RPGs with friends. I have to do the intro, even though that's about all the work I have to do. I'm just going to sit back and just be a player. We are playing Worldwide Wrestling RPG by Nathan Paoletta. This is a game that I've played a few times, and Tyler's played more than a few times, and Alex and Jen are new to it, and we're very excited. And Alex is super bold because he is going to be GMing. Like, there isn't, I don't think it's an MC, right, Tyler? I think you're the GM in Worldwide Wrestling RPG. I can't remember the term.
I have looked through the page recently, and all I remember was it said, and in some games it's also called, and then it listing other things. I can't remember what it actually said.
Are you creative? Is that right, Tyler?
I think I'm creative.
Creative. Awesome. Look at Tyler being all quiet. So I am going to hand this over to Anisha Apal, aka Armature, also known as Alex.
Yes, I will change that. Oh, I just got two capitals there. There we go. Yeah, we're going to be playing Worldwide Wrestling, and we need to introduce our characters who are going to be wrestling on Sunday Smash in Newark, New Jersey. I'm going to go in order of the little video displays that I see, and that goes straight back to Rich.
Hi, I'm going to be playing Wicked J, who is a baby face. Wicked J is he's a Latino guy in his mid-20s. He hails from Caution, Tennessee. And he is the gimmick or playbook known as the Clown. He is not very good at power. He is okay at look, real, and work. Those are the stats in this game. And he starts with a 2 audience, so people like him. He's funny. He's got a move called Comic Relief where he can insert himself into tense situations on or off camera. And he's surprisingly talented as a wrestler. So he can hit it. If he moves, then he gains extra heat just from that hit on top of anything else. So that is Wicked J.
Thank you. And Jen.
All right, I am playing as Urzuli, whose gimmick is the anti-hero. She's got a solid thematic hook of being like a voodoo hit woman. So she's got a lot of voodoo intensity. She hails, however, not from the areas you might think, but from Detroit, Michigan.
And not to get confused with playbook gimmick, but she has something she brings on stage, I think.
Oh, no. It's it's part of her entrance hype.
Oh, does this need to be kept until the entrance?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, she's done.
Yeah.
Got you. And then Tyler.
I'm Tyler, he, him pronouns, and I'm going to be playing Melvin P. Morgenstern, who is the provocateur. And Melvin is kind of a wrestling nerd, and he is a heel because things were better before, and all the audience should know that. And as a provocateur, he is primarily good at look. He is terrible at power, and he's straight on neutral with both his real and his work because he doesn't really know how to wrestle very well. And he has a couple of pretty cool moves. He has the Mind Games move where he does some bizarre things to try and get people off of their balance. And he has the Showstopper where he can stick his nose into other people's business and make it all about him.
Excellent. I think I'm going to go in reverse order now and stay with Melvin for his heat.
All righty. Would you like for me to go through all my heat questions, or are we going to do one and bounce around?
I mean, do you have any ones that you specifically think would be interesting?
Let's see. Well, I'll start off with the first one. Who helped me get to where I am now?
I think we kind of established that Wicked J was quite new.
Okay.
I think he was a newbie.
Sure, I'm good with that.
I mean,
Happy to be here.
I'm just going by. What? Yeah.
So
I guess that would make Urzuli sort of
okay.
responsible for that.
Do you think that we, like you saw me on the indie circuits and helped me come up, or do you think we knew each other from before we were wrestling, or?
One thing we can keep in mind is because there are only 2 other wrestlers, we have 4 heat questions. If there's one that we like better, maybe we don't answer all of these.
Yeah, we don't have to go through them all. I think we
choose
the 2 favorites, basically.
Okay. Well, I'll just go down through all 4, and if any of them seem to jump out at people, grab hold. So there's who helped me get where I am now, who thinks I'm all smoke and no fire, who is trying to steal my approach, and who's my fan, even though we're peers.
I think Wicked J is your fan.
Oh,
Wicked J's just new enough to where he hasn't really picked up that you aren't that great of a wrestler, and you're just big and you have so much panache. It's great.
Awesome.
You have so much panache.
All right. And since you're playing a baby face, is that right?
I am.
That is true.
So that will go ahead and give us 2 to start with, since I am a heel.
Now, is that you, or we both have heat?
We will each, you will have heat with your opposite. So you'll have 1 heat to start with both Jen and I, and we will have 1 heat to start with you, but not with each other because we're both heels.
Where do we track that on this sheet?
This sheet does not have a dedicated heat spot.
I'm just putting my heat next to the person I answer questions about.
And if we end up going up against some MPWs, we'll probably add their names along and build up heat with them as well.
Yeah, I think I'm going to add stuff at the bottom because I think we need it.
All right. Jen, did any of those strike your fancy?
Rich, is it possible to put it above the heat questions?
Yeah.
I think it might be something we might refer to more often.
Yeah, no,
once
that's a good point.
Established.
I'm actually still kind of fascinated about helping you get where you are now.
I like that too.
I'm sorry to have interrupted then. I apologize.
No worries.
I like that too. What you think?
I mean, is this a behind the scenes thing? Is this a in ring?
I think this is a behind the scenes thing. I think this is behind kayfabe kind of thing, where I saw him in sort of the highly amateur circuits and went, well, he's got the look and the body for it, and he loves wrestling.
Did he have his gimmick then?
Ooh, that's a good
Was
question.
were you part of? Since you have such a strong, kind of larger than life gimmick yourself.
Yeah. I think I probably gave him very general advice where it's like, you have to tell the audience a story about why you're in the ring. And that story can be like really simple, or it can be really outrageous. And, my story is that I am hired by management to take down other wrestlers.
Who step out of line.
Oh,
yeah.
Awesome. And just to kind of clarify for you backstage, it sounds like that even out of the ring, you're kind of a tough person that comes in and handles these things like you can handle yourself in a fight when there's no cameras going. Is that right?
Yeah, when there's no cameras going, don't fuck with me. I'm from Detroit.
Gotcha. Cool. So we have kind of a little bit of a friendship that goes outside of the ring, and that sounds awesome. Excellent. Thank you.
Okay, that gets us. We've got Melvin's. So, Azuli's.
Yep. Let's see. So I have 4 questions, like everybody else. The first one is, who did I have to kick the shit out of to prove how badass I am? With whom do I have a reluctant alliance? Who do I think is a slave to management? And who wishes they were as cool as me?
So I just like, in my head, just in the character sheet, it says #ref. And I just...
Nice.
Oh yeah, sorry, that was.
I know it was just a formatting issue, but you know,
It works. It feels
Yeah.
right. Goodness.
I think you had to kick the shit out of Wicked J.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright.
I think you have defeated me soundly.
All right. So I think that gives us 2 heat with each other. Am I right?
I don't know.
People definitely want to see a rematch.
I will let Tyler be the arbiter of that.
That gives you 2 with Rich at this point. Rich, you haven't asked any heat questions yet, have you?
Have not, so I'm at
So
+1 because you both are heels and I'm a face.
Right. So you'll probably pick up one once you ask a question.
Okay.
I like, Jen, what do you think of the I wish I were as cool as you?
Sure, I can dig that.
Yeah, sorry.
So you kind of, do you like wish that creative would change your, kind of like push your gimmick in a different way, or is just you just admire? It's not like a jealously, or is it?
Yeah, I think I like my gimmick. I think it's a me turned up to 11, which is a good way to wrestle. But I think that Urzuli is an actual fighter, which I am not. And I wish that I had that presence and that respect that people give inside and outside the ring. And so that's, I wish I was that cool.
Cool. All right. Does that give me 1 heat with Melvin in that case?
It does.
Got it. All right. Problem solved on to Wicked J.
Yeah.
All right. Heat questions to Axe. Who's asking me for tips to add something fresh to their act? Who was my tag team partner before I found my true niche? Who thinks my in-ring talent is being wasted in this role? Who thinks I'm a waste of a roster slot?
Oh, not kind.
Can I ask just a little bit, Rich, from your character as a clown? What is your shtick? What is your kind of gimmick as the clown?
I think right now his shtick is a little. I'm trying to find something that'll stand out between you guys and not step on your toes, because the whole Phantom of the Opera thing isn't necessarily funny. It's played super serious, so I don't think he's super serious. I think he's
Is he like a jester?
I think he's a little court jestery. So
maybe he wears the half mask to sort of...
Is it kind of a punk jester?
Yeah, I like that. Punk jester. That sounds good. I'm going to take that.
The mask lets him say what he's really trying to say. You know? When you're hiding your face, you can say the truth. The truth is funny.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Your ideas are helpful. I appreciate it. So, is that answer enough for...
Do you think we were maybe tag partners for a while?
That sounds amazing. That's why I look up to you. You taught me a lot of cool stuff. I mean, I knew backyard wrestling because that's where I came from, but you taught me a bit of the biz. I think Urzuli's the oldest of us then, right?
Probs. I probably think that your in-ring talent is being wasted in this role.
Yes.
I think that you should definitely be moved up to like a Golden Boy or headliner kind of gimmick.
Because he is surprisingly talented.
I am. Sometimes I surprise myself.
Tyler, does the heat all look correct to you?
Yeah, by default, we should all have 2. Rich, you should have 2 with us.
I do.
And Jen and I should both have 2 with you, and we should both have 1 with each other.
There we are. Cool.
So we've got our heat. So I want you to think of what do you think happened last time on Sunday Slam, last week? Oh.
Cat problems.
Ah. I don't know if that was the door or cat. That sounds like cat.
Oh, fluffy baby.
I don't know if that's just a stretched out cat or just huge. I'm not really sure.
Big.
Yeah.
Well, he's a long, skinny noodle boy. He weighs less than our other cat, who appears significantly smaller than him. He is mostly fluff. Oh, I love it when he gets shaved. It's so funny. But yeah, last week was last week the week that I beat the shit out of Wicked J.
I think so. I think it has to be.
I
That
think
is exactly right.
yeah. Did I get any power moves off on Jay? Hopefully that's the correct parlance.
I think so. I think that sounds good. What's your finisher look like? Oh, it's
if you got a name for finisher as well, that's like goes with the gimmick.
Oh man.
I mean, just you can say it looks like one of those moves. The whatever. But it's more spinny or something.
Looking at your cool moves, did you do some kind of like little cheat to start to get the upper hand, and then proceeded to turn it into something that was pretty terrible?
Yeah. No, I definitely broke a rule. Is the
I mean, there's the using the ropes to help you pin.
Yes, that's always. There's so much leverage gained by ropes.
Yes.
Yeah,
or the,
sure.
You bumped into the referee, he was knocked out for a little bit, then you brought out a weapon, and then the referee gained consciousness, and just as you were finishing the match and winning.
That's great.
Yeah, maybe I had some skull-themed knucks. And gave you a bad kidney shot.
Oof.
And then while you were all fucked up from that, I got you in a submission.
Nice. I like it.
So
what do we see Melvin do last?
We're getting the shot of, Sunday Smash flying across the screen, live from Newark, New Jersey. And then we're getting this montage of.
Although last week's fights where were those?
Ooh.
I know.
Oh, dare you ask a question?
I know. I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me. Damn.
We had a fallback name. Place Philadelphia.
Philadelphia, yeah. So last week we were in Philly.
Yeah.
That seems like not too brutal a length of travel. From one week to another, training, doing our shows.
I imagine we bus it. We don't fly.
Oh yeah.
So what do we see from Wicked J?
From Wicked J or from Melvin? Because Wicked J was busy getting the shit beat out of him by
you would
Rosuli.
also get something that kind of shows up you.
Yeah.
Because that was Rosuli being badass, being a face. You'd also get some moment.
Yeah, earlier in the match before Wicked J was beaten within inches of his life, Ivan the Soviet slapshot Borov was in a match against. Let's see. Hold on. I gotta grab another person.
In the NPC list.
I did a run in. I stuck him in the NPCs list already because that's just the best. And so he was against the Brexit. No, that's a heel against a heel. Hold on. I got to get a face. Like
you can have heels against heels.
I can, but like Harmon the Pebble Johnson, and Slapshot had said something in his promo bit that Wicked J decided was just unacceptable, and so I did a run in and kind of kicked the crap out of Ivan Borov a few times, and then snuck away so that Pebble woke up and then was able to pin him, and it was his first win. I'll say Harmon the Pebble is like a baby face jobber, though he doesn't win very much, but the Slapshot lost to someone who's like now 1-52 is his record. But no one's actually tracked it. So, but yeah.
So you've probably got a little bit of feud going now with Ivan.
I mean, he's terrible, so yes.
And Melvin's kind of moment in the spotlight.
I think we see Melvin is in the ring, and he's facing off against probably one of the probably some jobber, somebody who was up for a beating, and we see Melvin reach down behind, underneath the ring, and he pulls out a box, and when he shows it up to everybody, it is his unopened lightsaber,
mint
condition, that he rips open and just wails on the person he's facing, knocking them out, and then pulling them up for his big finisher, the Brain Buster.
What does the Brain Buster look like?
I did put a video there on the on the thing, but it is a lift up kind of standing suplex that then you just drop them straight down on their head.
Nice. Who do we think is like the current like golden boy? Golden woman. The kind of star of the show. Who's the kind of?
I think it's some high flyer.
Yeah.
Is that our champ, Alex? Or is it just our most popular? Or both?
I think maybe they're not the champion at the moment, but only because it was unjustly taken from them,
Oh man. Sorry, I'm looking at this roster from one of Lowell's old games, and there's a golden boy named Mark Millennial whose finisher is called the Selfie Smash, and I kind of want him to be the golden boy, but
I mean, in my head, I've got the idea of a finisher called the pinball, where they kind of like going in for like the jumping off the turnbuckle for like the belly flop thing pin, but they actually curl up into a ball just the last second, slam, and then maybe backflip off that into the pin.
That's pretty crazy.
But what are they called? The pinball is their signature move. Arcade?
Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah.
Ooh, then you can have a whole set of moves that come off of stuff.
Should it be like Andy Arcade or just Arcade?
I think. I think it'd be Arcade something. And all I can think of now is Arcade Fire. And that's just stuck in my head. I can't.
Arcade bomber?
The arcade assassin?
Ooh, I don't know. We've got an assassin though.
Oh, we got an
Yeah.
assassin
Yeah.
already.
Yeah.
Yeah. Creative's like, too many assassins.
Yeah.
Cut it down.
No.
Some kind of creed going on.
Mm.
Arcade
Yeah.
Ace?
Yeah.
What was that?
Arcade Ace? ACE?
Arcade Ace. Yeah, that feels.
That's pretty cool.
Arcade Ace.
Just spitball in there.
Yeah.
Toot, by the way.
I'm just gonna put it. The pinball. Was the finisher. There we go. So yeah,
Okay.
this is Sunday Smash, and it's creative is now testing the waters to see who's making a name for themselves, who the audience is interested in the build up to March Mayhem at the end of the month. We've got a few more Sundays to kind of see how these things go, what feuds build, what the writers come up with. Should we have a little bio break and then we'll have our first match? Okay. 5 minutes? 10 past?
Yeah, sounds good. See you guys in 5.
Welcome back.
Thanks. It's good to be back.
Okay.
I find it so funny that my default for these earbuds, only when I'm connecting to my PC while there's some kind of microphone action as well, is hear through. And hear through is just a really good way to hear the fabric of your own shirt rustling twice. I'm just like, why? Yay.
By the way, just a quick question. Cowboy Carl is mentioned in the comments. Was there context?
I threw that up as a suggestion for a jobber.
Okay. And that became Harmon the Pebble Johnson.
Which I think is great.
I think
not all my ideas are winners. It's fine.
Now, would for my secondary brain that has all the worldwide wrestling knowledge, would all the events be laid out to everyone? Like, would you know in advance what all the events were? Or would it be as they come up in the...
You can go at it however you'd like. In some cases, you could go ahead and tell us the card. In other words, you could tell us who was going to set up for what matches you have in mind. That way, when we cut promos, we kind of know who we're cutting them with.
Oh, and who you might be taunting or...
that sort of thing. Or you could kind of go with this idea of keeping it sort of secret and then springing us on us and saying, okay, now do your promo set. So it's up to you.
Okay. Well, I'm going to say we are... Well, actually, the first promo starts with Ivan, and he's like dragging a camera crew in, like, you can see he's like tugging the camera, and you can hear like somebody yelping slightly as they get pulled along with it, as he's manhandling it, and then like pulls in some like guy who's obviously been hired because he's a lot shorter than all these wrestlers to make them look even bigger, and he pulls them in, and he's basically using them as a mic stand because they're holding the mic. And he pulls the camera close. Wicked J. You think I would have lost to Harmon the Pebble Johnson without your interference? You think that would ever happen? Tonight. Oh, I'm going to make sure it never happens again. I think one of the camera crews would probably find you at this point, wherever you're doing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I definitely want to insert myself into this tense situation. So,
oh, are you actually inserting yourself there, or?
Yeah, like I'll just like slide in and put my arm around him and say, "Oh, what's up, Ruski? We've been putting things where they shouldn't be."
Oh, he's like deep breathing, kind of. You can see it's like actually blowing your hair slightly with his exhaling, the exhaling from his nose.
We like all know red. That the pebble had you pegged. You're not going to be high-sticking anybody tonight. Don't worry, buddy. I had to slap his shoulder a couple times and laugh. My patented Wicked J laugh. I'm going to hopefully, let's see. Oh, we don't have a roll for your party. Let me get one.
So you're rolling comic relief.
I am rolling the comic relief move, which is I roll
move.
Plus real to see if this actually came off as perfectly timed or no. My reel is an Uno. And here is a roll for your party that everyone, but I've coded it so Jan cannot use it. I'm just trying to exclude her from that because she has such a cool die. Oh, it's terrible. That is a terrible, terrible roll. I failed it on a botch. It was the absolute worst thing I could have done in that moment.
there is this kind of commotion of the camera, like, and then we cut to the actual arena, the ring, and Ivan's theme entrance music kicks off, and he's dragging you to the ring. I'm just checking the general basic botch moves. I'll find that later. You are thrown, the music is blaring. You don't even get your entrance music because you just it's just this big, generic Russian, imperialist orchestra thing going, and then all the lights from his entrance music cuts, and it's just the standard lighting, and the match has started.
Too much. Oh my goodness, this is intense.
And Jen and Tyler, of course, you are announcers, and you get one chance of upping a roll. I don't know if you can do it the opposite way. Is it just?
I mean, yeah, we can also bump it down. Ooh.
No,
cool.
I don't think so.
No?
I got a head shake.
Okay, good.
From
good,
Tyler.
Good.
My secondary brain.
Too subtle.
So yeah, you are
did Wicked J roll a 6 or did he roll a 5? It's...
Wait, I think it's actual full level up, isn't it?
You do a full
mixed.
jump.
And I rolled
okay.
a 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we
I
do
rolled.
that once the match starts. We can't fix him now. Hello there, wrestling fans. Big Bob Buckland, and we have a hell of a match tonight. It's gonna be a slobber knocker here. Katie bar the door. We're in for it tonight.
So Ivan is throwing you into the ropes.
Cool. Wicked J slams into the ropes. He does the thing where he snaps his head back to really play into it. It's super painful, but he's waiting to see if is the old Ruski gonna charge in and maybe try to tackle him? If so,
oh yeah, he is doing the Siberian Express, one of his other not his main finisher, but he just charges into you chest first, into the ropes, pinning you, slamming you against the ropes for extra.
Yvonne's really showing him the power of the workers.
As you kind of daze, I'm sure you're kind of slightly dazed from that. He's arms up, roaring at the crowd.
Cool. And Wicked J is gonna. He kind of stumbles out of the way, off to the side, away from Ivan for right now. Then he turns he goes to the opposite side where Boris raises his arm to the crowd, and he starts saying, "Commie suck, commie suck, commie suck." He's going for some cheap heat.
Yeah, that felt.
He says, "Come on, New Jersey, you guys know about real America."
Oh yeah, yeah. The crowd is following up the chant. The whole audience.
Sweet. I'll up my momentum by one because
momentum.
I went for the cheap heat.
Oh, he's got that red face again, and he's I think he rips off one of the turnbuckle, the paddings, and throws it at the audience.
Nice. Sweet. Then I think I'm gonna move in and let's see. Stand up for somebody. Sorry, I'm just trying to refamiliarize myself with the basic moves. I think I'm just gonna work it a little bit, right? So I think I'd like to go in and start to do some wrestling. Let's see if I have. I'm better at real and look. So let's see. Legit wrist, no. Work with an opponent, execute an amazing and memorable sequence. Execute a signature move, demonstrate your character through action. Showcase your gimmick. Sweet. So I think I'll take a little bit here, and I'd like to do some. Dude, I want to do some technical wrestling. I want to do some roll with work here. So, after we both kind of play to the crowd and he rips the turnbuckle off, I come in and we trade a few hammer blows, and I grab him by the wrist and sling him across. We do a couple of, across the ring, bouncing against the ropes, and I'm gonna try to pull off some kind of super kick. I think the super kick is fun, but I'm looking to just roll work here, so let's give that a shot. Come on, dice. You gotta do better than a 3. Come on. Ooh, that is a 9. My work is a 0, so it's a 7 to 9.
There we go. Sorry.
Looks like he's going to teach Yvonne some personal responsibility.
This is definitely not a worker's paradise going on here.
I will give my opponent control and gain +1 momentum.
That kick, he's like dazed, and he's like, it seems like there's an opening, but when you go in, he kind of shakes it off and grabs you as you're just about to throw a punch.
Just seized Wicked J's means of production.
By the way, I love these commentators. You go for another punch. He grabs the other fist.
Oh no, he's got both my fists.
He pulls them down. Headbutt.
Oh, it snaps back. But does he allow me to fall, or does he hold on?
Oh no, he's like keeping you up with the power of his punches. He's like,
oh my goodness, it's insane.
He's like big backhanded slams, backhanded slam. He's all about just the big hulking just presence. Then he grabs you, picks you up above his head. Backbreaker.
Oh man, the
dropping you
backbreaker.
onto his knee that he puts out.
And I flop and I spasm and I lay on the ground for a little bit.
He's going in for a pin.
He's going for a pin. Oh,
yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I'm going to interrupt on that. So when he comes down for a pin, I'll slip out of the way. I'll spin to momentum and narrate and take control of the match. So I got to jump my momentum back down to a 2. And what is he? Kind of lazily drops down, and Wicked J turns and slithers back and immediately scampers up the turnbuckles and in the corner, and he's going to try this crazy he's going to go a little more fancy. So
it's like so fast that Ivan's like actually like, oh, where did he go? Like,
yeah, totally
hamming up the.
Yep, and I'm going to do like a backflip off and try to come down knees on to hit him before he rises up off the mat, and that is going to be rolling plus look, demonstrating a character through actions and showcasing my gimmick as being a bit of a clown there. All right, there's another 3. What is up with that? That is a fail. That's terrible. I blew it. So then on botch, you get encountered. You get countered. You give 1 momentum to your opponent. Oh, ouch. And they immediately take control of the match.
So what was this? What was the move going to be?
He scampered up the corner, and as soon as he planted his foot like on the turnbuckle where he'd ripped off the padding, he tried to do a weird backflip, and his plan was to land.
You kind of your bodies come together, but you're like upside down. He's like arms around, and he just pile drivers you into the ground. Actually, no, he holds it for a while as you like reacting like. He's like, obviously, there's no way you can escape this. It's just so you're just like waving your arms around like panicked as you see the floor is just there beneath you, and he pile drivers your face into the ground, like dropping to his knees, your face going into
I'm in
mats.
trouble. Yeah, I'm in trouble. This sucks.
And then he just like throws you away from him. And he's,
Oh,
Referee.
he might be alienated from consciousness soon.
I think, by the way, this is a match you're supposed to win.
Shit. Okay.
I'm saying this is them giving you a chance to up your, come up in the roster.
Okay. Cool. I think Wicked J, after getting soundly beaten by the angry Ivan, he's actually going to slip out underneath the bottom rope and start walking around outside of the ring, and he's gonna
Cowardly American.
He cat calls Ivan. He says, "Come
Yeah.
come on down here among the people, the beautiful people of New Jersey." I've already got my cheap eat, but I'm working anyway.
Looks like Wicked J's decided to be Stalin.
Yeah, that's right. Stay up there, up on your pedestal, you stupid Ruski. Nobody likes hockey.
Gotta have a lot shorter than a 5-year plan for this one.
So I'm trying to call him down. Like, come on down here. See if you can get me.
Oh, Actually, who's got control by the way at the moment?
Oh, I don't know. Did you give me control when Creative said I'm supposed to win? I don't think so, right? So you
I don't
probably
think
still
so.
have momentum.
Yeah,
right?
how's
So I guess you've got momentum. You're calling the shots. So I will. I guess I'll have
Oh yeah,
to
because
get back in. Right?
I would have gotten control when the pass
Okay.
them. Yeah, the Bosch does it.
Yep.
Yeah, so you're outside the ring. He never does this. Normally, he's going up onto the turnbuckle.
Okay. Yeah, I think I've goaded him enough, and I'm going to spin momentum and take control again to get out of the way.
He's like slams his fists against his chest and like looks around at the crowd. Yeah.
Sweet. And so he comes down, and I narrowly dodge out of the way as he comes down onto the concrete, but he doesn't hurt himself. And then we trade a few blows out like on the ring. And at one point he takes and slams me into a guardrail like right in front of some of the audience. And
are you close to the commentator?
Yeah, I'm like right by the booth,
be on the side,
right by the
that's
table,
by the ring.
right? Yeah, so I like slam in, and then I start hands and knees crawling back towards the ring as the referee is counting. Right, he's to 5, but maybe he's counting incredibly slow.
Yeah,
and it's going to be a double DQ if they don't get back in the ring soon.
Ivan grabs Wicked J and like slams his head into the the pole that's holding up the turnbuckles, and it looks bad. Wicked J kind of wicks out his mask has come off, and so you can see his face is unmasked, but Wicked J is now, he's still trying to go towards the ring. He's trying to make it back in, but Ivan seems to be protecting him, so Wicked J has to duck and run around and use the pole as a block as Ivan tries to chase him, and he dives in and slides into the slides on, and he's going to wait for Ivan now. And he's feigning like he's tired, and Ivan's convinced, right? But then Wicked J summons up a little bit of strength, and then he's just going to go for the finisher the moment that Ivan steps inside the ropes. He's called the Joker kick. And so he ends up like he's in the turnbuckle. It's like he's Rocky. He can't go any further.
Is there like a little moment? I think there's like a little moment where Ivan is just like he's just like gesturing to Wicked J, but not looking at Wicked J, and he's like just it's American as he strides towards you to finish.
Perfect.
Off, of course.
Perfect. And then as he comes striding in, Wicked J snaps into a little bit of energy, and he comes forward and pulls off the Joker kick. And so now I'll go for my finisher. It is just a roll of a 2d6. These dice, I'm getting rid of them, and I'm going to roll 2 brand new dice because that will make a difference. You may think that that's silly because these are online die roller, but I think it makes a difference. Here we go.
I think Wicked J may have been playing possum there. What do you think?
I think that's probably accurate. He looked really winded before, but it takes a lot of energy to come off the pole like that.
Is one of you actually upping his? His
well,
four?
I think he managed to get a little bit of that in. That's a real deceptive move. Most people don't recognize where the real pain comes from. And I'll boost him.
Oh yeah, I mean, he obviously turns, and you kind of miss the kind of timing a bit. So he's like, there's this second where he's just looking at you as you wind up the kick that should have been a complete surprise. I mean, it's not super long, but I mean,
it's obvious.
Fix it in editing and make it look cooler, but the people watching can, they're enjoying the drama, but it takes them a little bit out of it. But yeah, there's that.
All right, and I ham it up so I get 1 momentum back, but that was not the best. I did not pull it off too clean.
Oh, actually, you
I got 1 heat with him, and then I got 1 momentum. So out of that.
But yeah, so you're going with the hammer it up along with them.
Yes,
option.
absolutely. Yeah. Oh wait, is it a choice? Oh, maybe
it's a choice. That's what I that's why I kind of stole a little bit, because
I was they're making you look bad. Gain +1 heat with them, ham it up along with them, you both gain 1. I'd rather have momentum because I don't think I'm going to be going against him again right now. So I will take.
So you mean he kind of. Oh, I mean, there's that obvious little bit of timing issue that people knows, but he doesn't like. He tries to make it. He sells it as much as he can.
Nice.
And I think it's one of those ones where there's just like that kind of thud of meat being hit, and instead he doesn't go flying back. He just topples like a tree.
Well, Jojo, it looks like America came out first, but it might have taken a second effort.
Well, it doesn't matter how it came out. He fell like the Berlin Wall.
Go America.
Go America.
I think the workers drag him off stage, off out of the ring, because he's just has that kind of dazed, wobbling walk back
down tempo version of the national anthem.
I think gray, gray work suits.
Yeah, like those one-piece jumper things.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
Wicked J will go pick up his mask and shake the hands of a few fans who pulled for him hard enough for him to win, and then he'll head back. Rest.
Phew,
too many windows. Just quickly consolidating some windows into one selection of tabs. Okay, I didn't need that. I had 2 of the clown PDFs. I think you get there's one behind the scenes shot with Harmon the Pebble Johnson. I think there's a little behind the scenes, all the kind of C-list wrestlers kind of hanging out, chatting, and they've got the big TV up. They're seeing the match, and there's just a smile and a nod from the Pebble as he's showing his appreciation. Next up, I think we're going into the braces match. Is there being
Suspender versus suspender, huh?
Oh
Yeah.
man, that's right.
Yeah.
In the funny Brit speak, you mean suspenders.
Yes.
Oh.
Using my funny speak.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I don't mean it.
We
I
were
was
your
not offended
colony
at all.
that split off, but
Yep,
know.
and then ironically our English hasn't developed as much as your English because we're too concerned with preserving words.
We're placing the playbook of foreigner on you. Can I get a scene then maybe with Urzuli before we head in?
Yeah. So where is this happening?
Where do I find you?
And is this on camera?
Off camera.
Off camera.
Okay, so yeah, off camera. Goodness, I mean, I'm good enough to have some animatronics. Spoilers.
Are you back in like?
But like, I'm not good enough to have like my own room or anything like that. That's come on.
Maybe
You gotta
is this like a
get a
corridor
real
where there's loads of like, speaker
top bill.
equipment, cables,
Or the locker
like really
room,
creepy
or
kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's probably like a locker room setup. I'm doing some warm-ups. So I've gotten changed into my outfit and maybe prepping some lines, saying it into the mirror, being like, how does that look? How does that look?
and Melvin is, again, the character is at 11, but Melvin is kind of a nerd. So he'll Zuli, it looks like it's going to be about you and me tonight. We got this whole thing with the suspenders. How are you seeing it go?
We have any directive from creative?
I haven't heard anything yet. I mean, let's be honest. You're way too dangerous for them to let me beat you unless I cheat.
I think the creative has got it down to two options. It is either Azuli wins or there is an upset. Third party or something. I think they're leaving that to you. They're seeing how you play it. They're testing this kind of combo a bit.
I don't mind taking the bumps. I'm happy for you to toss me around a little bit, but it'd be nice if I could get off a couple of things, really rile up the crowd. I'll take the beating if I can get some heat off this crowd. It isn't like they like either one of us.
That's true.
You planning on doing hooby-jooby voodoo things on me?
I've got a couple things cooked up that I think are going to be winners.
Door opens for a second. 5 minutes.
All right. I'll pull out my backpack. I do have and I'll hold up where I've got our action figures. I did want to do a little thing of where I take my action figure and just beat the hell out of yours. Is that gonna piss you off a little bit, or is that okay?
That sounds funny as shit, man. Do it.
Okay.
Hey, are you scared of like dead mice or anything?
Not over much.
Okay, good.
All right.
And like, I forgot from last time, spiders.
Well, I don't like spiders, but I'm not. Are you gonna put a spider on me?
If you say no, I won't. But if you say sure, I will. Probably.
As long as it's not like poisonous.
Oh, they're not alive.
Okay. Well, that's fine.
Okay.
Just Sul, don't hurt me.
Come on, man. I get in trouble if I injure the wrong people.
I'm not sure that's as comforting as you think it is.
Oh.
Well, good. Well, let's put on a good show.
That's right. Get hype. All right. High five. All right. I'll see you in the ring, boy.
And I sort of leap up to get to you.
I don't know. Melvin looks kind of huge.
I'm imagining him very
Maybe
much
he's short.
Yeah, I'm thinking of him as one of those like 5'6" to 5'8", but ripped.
Oh yeah. I've known those. God, dangerous guys, honestly. So yeah, that's cool. Oh, it's a toss-up. Guess we're gonna have to follow the crowd on that one.
No, I think the kind of right order of entrance would be Melvin, then Zuli, because I mean Melvin has to be there to react to whatever Zuli's bringing.
Well, my entrance, we see splashed across, if we have a Titantron, but whatever our screen is.
Yeah, we've got the two screens either side of the, or like the kind of, maybe even like just like that projected across or behind and to the side.
We see like a spacescape, and then we see, Melvin P. Morgenstern, and and then it star wipes out, and we get across a very generic spacecraft that kind of busts through it.
Some CGI clip art of a spaceship.
Yeah. And it's Green Day's "Welcome to Paradise" that begins playing as his entrance music, and he comes stomping down, and as he does, yes.
I was gonna actually ask, do you have any kind of, is there any hangers-on type? Do you have any
like a manager or
manager or anything like that, or any?
No, not at this point. We'll see. I wouldn't mind picking up a stable along the way, but no, at the moment it's just me. And as I come down the ring, I've got a microphone, and I don't know why it is that I have to come here to a dirt city like Newark and prove that I'm better than not only all of you, but all the wrestlers here too. I am Melvin P. Morgenstern! And I'd like a little cheapie.
That cheapie is yours. Plus one momentum.
And I'll glide into, I do the very kind of clumsy through the rope as I get inside. And I'll sling my backpack to my corner. And I'm walking around the ring, kind of like pointing out how they're far, far stupider than I am in the ring side.
I think there is actually at least, there's not many signs for Melvin, but there is like one. I think there's one dad holding up his little kid who's dressed as Melvin.
I'll look offended at it. Oh! But making sure to give him the pop of being noticed.
Yeah. Then all your music fades off. And there's the moment.
Yep. So from my entrance side, there's this sudden, just dark ass organ riff, right? And then that puff of smoke.
Hmm.
And from the smoke, there is this looming, coiling, side to side serpent. Just this handsome, deadly creature from the water, right? Who sort of slithers forward a little bit, and behind the snake, stepping through the dust after it in the smoke, is Razuli. Comes in quietly, and the snake sort of slides around and gets lost in the darkness behind her. You know, there's no fancy screen backdrop going on. Razuli will take the mic, say, "Good evening, Newark. I'm so pleased to be in a place that's in such a state of decay. I heard that your East Orange building collapsed out of disrepair."
You get like there's an audible from the crowd.
Your police department is rotting away from watershed scandals.
Oh, there's some booze.
I feel like I'll be just at home here.
There's booze, and then just cutting through there's like, "You suck, Azuli."
Yeah.
And
then I'll like, and I'm also, I want to say, I'm wearing a jacket as I make my entrance, and I'll like pull out from my inner jacket pocket, like, it's this little pressed sugar mouse.
Yeah.
And the tail is actually made of like, you know, a little piece of scrap fabric or a cord or something. And I like, oh.
Is there any reaction from the commentator on that?
I don't know.
I was like, I was considering if the commentator was possibly Ivan. Just so I could do a bad Russian accent.
Whoever you want it to be at the moment.
Okay, so you see, it's appropriate for American to have to eat rats. It's normal for their food. These are Zuli. Peaceful.
The referee kind of takes the center of the stage, the spotlight on him. He's got these big pair of scissors.
Yeah, do I got any cheap heat off of...
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Oh, sweet. All right.
And he's got these big scissors. And he's like, tonight's match decides who gets to keep the suspenders.
We call them bracers in Europe.
First to cut their opponent bracers claims the right in perpetuity to wear braces in the... And he kind of does a little nod to Ivan to wear braces in the ring, and then he hooks the scissors onto the hook that's dangling, which will suspend it over the ring.
Right on the mic cord? Or is it like a special secondary cord?
Special secondary cord.
Okay.
There's no electrics with this. It's just... And it rises up slightly. And I think it would require... some like fold-up tables or a ladder or something to get to that. No. Or another wrestler. There's no ring out, no pinfall,
Just tailoring.
Ding ding.
Mother Russia, they will both have scissors. But here the Americans fight.
I
Capitalists always divide workers by undersupplying the needs.
I mean, I think Azuli would be the one who would start in control. And that would be expected.
All right. Well, despite having the height advantage on him, I think I'm actually going to go in early for a very low tackle. Like, I take his ankles out from under him.
Are you taking him to the ground?
Oh, yeah. That's,
So this feels like...
grab ankles, lock the knees, drop him on his back. Then I'm probably going to try to get him into some kind of ankle lock. Just right out of the gate.
Does this sound like some legit risk using your physical strength, or is this I'm accessing my secondary brains?
Or that sounds technical.
Or technical. I was thinking technical when they've taken to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, roll plus work.
All right. Pretty sure my work is like +0. It is -1. I suck. Round dice. All right. So that's a 9 on the dice for an 8.
You retain control. Oh, you pick one. You can give your opponent control and gain 1 momentum yourself, or you can just keep control and transition into the next sequence.
I'm going to give my opponent the control and gain +1 momentum.
This Melvin should be careful. They do not offer health care here in America. If he hurts himself, it will cost him an arm and a leg. He will be in debt for life.
I also accessing my secondary brain. I wasn't quite clear. Is the commentators, is that purely player characters get the chance to be commentators, or is that
It is not player characters. The commentator can be anybody they want to be.
And the GM, the creative, can also be a commentator. I think that's the question you're asking.
Yes, they can, but they can't do the what? They can't do the
move. I can't do the bonus. Yes.
Yeah. So yes, yeah, you could certainly have a color commentator or somebody you want in there. Somebody for them to play off of, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I think I would be the straight man. So definitely with Ivan in the.
I was just good to rail on America and then occasionally be impressed by wrestling. That's the whole shtick.
Then, so I think that we have Azuli come down and definitely Melvin falls and Azuli goes for that ankle lock and Melvin's just scramble, run, gets to the rope and pulling himself away and probably letting out as he moves away, and he's going to scramble to his corner, and he's reached into his backpack, and he pulls out, and you see he's got our 2 action figures in his things, and he's like, wait, Azuli, they're playing us. They want us to fight like this. We're being made puppets. See, they're puppets to their will. We don't have to do this. We can stand up to this sort of obnoxious idiocracy that they're making here. We can look at them and say, no, you're wrong. We are strong, and we can work together. We can take the scissors and just throw them down and both keep our suspenders and our pants won't fall. and I'm attempting mind games.
Wow.
Oh, that was real good.
Yeah.
So I shall roll. Let's see.
Ivan, he seems to be imploring Azuli to work together.
That was really weird.
I, however, did not roll well. I got a 6. The dice have been unkind. So
you lose all momentum.
I do. Oh, well, then I will definitely use a momentum to take that up to a 7. I keep forgetting I have momentum. What am I doing? There. So I'll take it up to a 7. And I'm going to gain a heat. I'm going to gain a heat with Azuli there. And because I did a move that is not a wrestling move, I automatically lose control as I'm holding these up and imploring you, we don't have to do this!
The audience, there's some laughs coming in from the audience. They're enjoying the strange antics.
Oh, my goodness. How would Azuli react to this? Just so outlandish. Oh, my goodness.
So, yeah, I think Melvin's still in control.
I did a non-wrestling move, so I'll lose. I lose initiative there.
Okay, so that passes over to Azuli. He's been pleading to you. I would also like to say that there will be chairs around the outside of the ring. Under the ring, there would of course be ladders and tables, because that's where you store all of that ladders and tables.
I mean, of course. That where else is there room? Where else? Image of a storage locker. Image of another part of the building. Just where else? There's nowhere. Right.
I mean, you'll probably find some really random things. There'll be a
just
bin
off the
full
lobby.
of very clean-looking litter.
Where would you store them? Yeah, here we go. I've got this. Melvin, I want to wear my pride. And I want to earn my pride. It is not just money that moves the gods. It is not just money that moves the ring. Prove to me that you can wear it better. And I'll give them up without a fight.
And what are you doing?
I don't know. I think I'm just...
Is this showcasing your gimmick?
Ooh,
Through
maybe?
demonstrating your character through an action? And
Maybe?
I come to a fashion show. Some wrestling happened.
Are you maybe working? I mean, you could be working the audience, or you could be just like, I mean, in a
Yeah, I might
purely
be working the
narrative.
audience. I feel like this is not cutting a promo because I feel like that's a between match thing.
Yeah,
Generally.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
yeah, I think it's. I think this feels like the nearest is work the audience.
All right, cool. Now roll plus look, which...
It's roll plus audience.
Oh, it is? Oh, well, all right then.
Yeah.
A positive number.
Ooh.
Getting all worked up. Whew. Hey! It's a 10 on the dice anyway.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Yeah.
+2 momentum.
Oh, goodness.
Are you getting the audience cheering or jeering you? I mean, this feels like this doesn't feel exactly like a heal action. Or
No, but I don't
specifically
feel like
heal.
it's exactly babyface either.
No. But I mean, I think currently,
Man, this would put my momentum at 5. Is that legal?
It's unlimited. Just remember to keep spending it.
yeah, because you can use that to take control of the match
And do the things.
Yeah, and increase any roll that you roll. It's 1 per 1 to increase the roll.
And that's when you're spending momentum. That's just 1 up in dice.
1 up in dice. Yeah.
Yeah, not up in a.
Take a
full
6
level.
to a 7 is 1. Take a
Yes.
6 to a 10 is 4.
Got it.
Okay, so that'll shift back to me, I guess,
Yeah,
because you
because that was a
didn't.
non-wrestling move.
And you're basically telling me if I look like I'm wearing a better, that then I get to keep them because this is about
there's like
pride.
a ooh of the challenge being laid down, spread through
And
the
I'll
audience.
like run my thumbs under mine and sort of smooth them out.
And you're a far more impressive looking figure than I am. You look dangerous and deadly. But Melvin doesn't recognize that at all. And so Melvin will go, well, of course. And he'll hook his thumbs in and he will corner to corner. He's going to go out there and probably looking like the old country lawyer sort of thing. He's going to appeal to audience himself. Tell me, don't I look better? And they're probably like the Mork and Mindy. They're the rainbow suspenders, you know. I definitely wear these better.
Oh, it looks like you're working the audience right back at her.
Yeah, I think so.
It looks like he's strutting his stuff.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll
I don't know how
catwalk
much
to the
stuff
opposite end while he's,
Is
doing his routine.
only in America could this happen.
Working the crowd.
In Russia,
True, my friend.
wrestlers actually put each other in holds and locks and do this thing called wrestling.
wrestling, no. I rolled. I got a 6. I will spend momentum to take it up to a 7. That takes me down to 0. But work the audience with a 7. I'm gonna take that momentum back. My guess is it's up to you, but I'm guessing the audience is probably not on my side as I'm walking around.
Yeah, I think we can play it like that. There's some just, I think even what would they have? Something they could throw into the ring.
Cups and popcorn, or
popcorn.
bobblehead
Yeah,
night?
you get like a few just paper containers, cardboard containers of popcorn.
What are you doing? Clearly, this is my. Ow!
Goodness.
And you've lost control because you did it goes right back to Missouri.
I'm just trying to think visually, like what's the most interesting return to wrestling and fighting.
Well, is he going back and forth, strutting his stuff?
Yeah, I'm walking corner to corner and kind of. It's as though I have forgotten you're there to beat my ass. Is what is happening.
Yep. Yeah. And I think I'll remind him by like running to cut in front of him, right? And then turn around and do that cool thing where you like back against the ropes, and the ropes bounce you forward and probably lariat him.
Nice.
To get him back in the fight.
I guess Morgenstern didn't make the cut.
Yeah, the other comes in, like pats you on the shoulder and then just like withdraws his hand quickly.
And I sell the lariat. I'm flopping down like, holy crap, you've taken my head off.
Oh God. Yep. Goodness. After the lariat falls over. Man, I'm having a hard time with visualization today. I'm not sure what's up.
So he's flopping on the ground.
Yep. Flop on the ground.
Do you keep your momentum into another rope, or are you stopping?
I'm going to keep my momentum. I'm not going to go into another rope, but I'm going to do an elbow drop down on him. And then he'll probably, like, I imagine that he'd probably, like, roll to try to, like, shrimp or crawl away or, you know, protect your neck, as it were. And then I think I'm gonna break the rules. I'm actually gonna stand on his leg and duck down and reach behind into the back of my belt.
Oh, are you doing a heel move?
No, I'm not going to do a heel move. I'm going to do rules. What rules? And I'm going to, what I've just done is taken a very small covert loop knife.
Ivan, it looks like she's got something behind her back.
And I'm going to pull one of his arms back like I'm going for a lock, but under his arm without cutting him, I'm going to slice one of his suspenders right off.
Oh, it's just like American cheating, but this is great. Brace yourself for this, little Melvin.
Yep. So.
Really close look.
I believe it's nice and flat. Oh, all right. That's an 8. Man, book the finish of the match on the fly. Do I want to spend 2 momentum to do that, or do I want to hold on to it and let this go on a little longer? Funnier.
Get 5 momentum, man.
And 5. I know. I should just blow some
Awesome.
momentum. I should just do the thing. All right. So yeah, I'll blow 2 momentum to make it a 10 plus.
Look at Tarzuli cutting to the chest.
So yeah, the suspended.
But yeah, and I'll let him up even so that it becomes visible, right, to the audience.
A little bit of his. It's like we see some of his boxers or briefs.
Oh, the referee's like back in the ring and he's like looking around. He's on like headpiece, like.
And I'm like palms up. There's nothing in my hands.
Yeah, and he's like comically like talking through his headpiece, like, oh, "What are we gonna do?
Call for instant replay. Instant replay, ref. What is wrong with you?"
But the suspenders have been cut. And yeah, I think he's like shrugs, and then there's like a ding 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 of the match being called.
Well, you're booking the.
I think she's going for a finisher, right?
Yeah, I mean,
are you booking to win, or are you booking to let me win?
Oh, actually, yeah, you get to choose. You get to choose.
Right. Yeah, you've got to. You're overriding creative now.
Yeah, you are the decider of who wins this match. I mean,
I lose this match.
Whoa!
Of the DQ, I guess.
Wait, I thought one of the stipulations is no DQ. Am I wrong? Or did I misremember?
I think it's she books that she loses. I think it's
Well, you called it was no falls. I don't know.
yeah. I think I did
Okay,
say,
sorry. I
So it
thought I
becomes
heard
a
there's
no
no ring
fault,
out and
the match continues with Melvin with one suspender because nobody can figure out what happened.
yeah, and I think so it actually does it keep going, or do you get like, oh, you cheated, he wins by default, or
I think I'd like some kind of like extremely goofy come from behind something. Like Melvin
Okay.
somehow
so. You
tricks
want Morgan
me
to
into
pin?
Melvin tricks me into trying to do some kind of power move where I pick him up
Okay.
and he uses that to grab the scissors.
Okay. Then,
okay, yeah.
All
So
right.
You've got
So
the one suspender that's been cut.
and you
Yep.
passed control and you booked me to win.
Yep.
Okay. So as ref comes in and is kind of doing the thing
Yeah.
and you've tossed the knife to the side and I'm kind of trying to hold my pants up and you can see that I've got my Batman boxers on underneath it and you're giving innocent face and as I'm trying to hold my pants up you move in and you wrap me up and you're gonna do the big suplex and you grab me around the waist lifting me up but as you do I let my pants drop and so as you go up my pants fall down and I go up above your shoulders and as my feet get above your shoulders I use your shoulders as a springboard and jump up to grab the scissors coming back down with it and
Unbelievable.
and wresting victory from the clutches of defeat.
Uh,
And then he's like, cut.
Yes, and as
Yeah.
there's the surprise of snip.
Snip, snake
And just-
lady.
shock. Horror. How could this happen?
Do I do a finisher or is that just a end of match? It could be just end of match.
Yeah, I think that's end of match. I think it's ding ding.
And I will scramble from the ring and run away from you.
So you're scampering away, holding your trousers up.
Oh, pulling back up.
Yeah, and I'll spend a moment in the ring, like shaking something scary, looking at him, and then slinking off into my corner.
I think they lower the lights a bit to kind of
Yeah.
give you your like menacing mood, kind of up it.
Yeah.
I would not like to be Melvin tonight.
Snake lady still looks okay without bracers.
Stalk off the.
She is
Off
going
the
to
ring.
hold a grudge.
It's true. Cool. Call for a bio break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 minutes or
Yeah.
6 minutes?
Yeah, go,
That's
go,
25?
go,
Yeah.
go. 6 minutes. See you guys in a bit.
And I'm back.
That was fun, Jet.
Absolutely. Phew. That gimmick though.
Now, do we have any preferences? Oh yeah, like what I asked in the Google chats. A short match, or some promos, maybe some chant calling out some opponents for next week, or behind the scenes stuff.
What are we figuring? We want what, 20 more minutes?
Yeah, maybe 20
then
more
that'll
minutes of
give-
gameplay, and then a little
Stars
bit of further
wishes.
stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Then I would go to scenes personally.
Some promos and some scenes and such.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because to get us all in something, it'd be a tag team match or something
And
like
feels
that.
Like it might last longer than 20 minutes
Yeah.
to showcase everyone. So yeah, obviously there's more matches going on, but between the matches there would be time for promos, to set up, rivalries and feuds for next week. Build up some, some heat between you and some rivals, or establish some with others. And also there might be some more behind the scenes stuff.
Tommy. Yeah, let's do it.
So yeah, does anyone feel like they need to call out somebody? Wicked J, because you weren't in the match.
So when you call out, so what do you mean by
because I think we decided we're not really got time for another whole match, because
right? No,
the
I
best
agree
choice
with
would
that.
be everyone in the match, but that would also take a lot of time. But maybe it's some behind the scenes stuff,
Okay.
off camera, but also maybe some cutting some promos to kind of build up to next week's Sunday Smash. Do you want to kind of
I mean, I didn't get to cut a promo,
opponents?
but do we carry over stuff we get from this match?
You're muted, Tyler. But do we?
We carry over heat, but not momentum.
Okay.
And heat you can build through a promo.
Yeah, we'll dump heat once we have a hell of a lot more than we've got.
When you say dump heat, you mean like use it
rolling over.
We'll eventually get to where we all have a lot of heat, and we'll have sort of a shift up where heat will decrease, or we finish.
It's like rolling over on HX kind of.
Cool. I think. Yeah, I think I want to cut a promo, and it's. I'm done with the Ruski. Ivan's whatever. He's last week's news, and
you've moved past him.
Yeah. I mean, he's the wall has fallen. It's so yesterday.
Oh, so yeah, if the camera view has somebody coming to interview, maybe later after the match, or
no, I think it's a selfie promo. Like Wicked J is a little. He's now, and he's also like, it's not glossy. He's This is like they're like about to announce the next match, but before that can start, you cut in over what they're talking about. And yeah, this is totally like a TikTok promo that he's cutting, and he says,
is it done on phone and like on portrait?
Yes, yeah, it's portrait mode, and you can see that Wicked J, he's got like a couple of bandages on his forehead from when he hit the pole, and maybe it's real, but probably not, but you never know. And he looks at the camera, he says, "Hey, J-sters, listen." So they don't want me to talk about this, but Melvin, what's going on here? I mean, You're a criminal against fashion. Sure, you kept the suspenders, but Jaleel White called and he wants them back. So I think it's time for you to brace yourself because the suspense is over. I'm coming for you, Morgan. And the thing is, I'm going to show you how to actually do this thing that we're paid to do. It's called wrestling. So that's the
Roll plus luck.
All right. These dice have been traitors to me. Let's see if they will.
The dice.
Rolled a 6, but it's a roll with look, and my look is a 1, so that's a 7. I get them to pay attention. I will gain +1 heat, the subject of my promo.
Do we get any like a reaction shot from Melvin wherever he is?
Yeah, I think that we have like the camera backstage, and we see Melvin just shocked and looking down at his suspenders and just offended and shocked by it all.
You get like cuts back to the ring, the announcer, like, well, that's a development. And then into the next match.
And so I think I'm going to then do my showstopper in the middle of the next match. So as they're fighting, I'm going to come. Oh, stop this! Nobody cares about you. And they're both going to kind of look and stop. I heard that. I heard that, Wicked Jay. I don't know what you're thinking. I have proven I am the Suspender Master because I am Morgan P. I'm sorry, Melvin P. Morgenstern. And I'll have made it to the ring. I'll stand up on the edge there. I am the future of wrestling because I respect the past. I know wrestling. Wrestling isn't just throwing people around or having great bodies. No, it's telling a story. And I've got the story. I'm the little guy. And I'm going to the top. And you're not going to stop me, Wicked Jay. You and no one else here. They're not stopping me. And I think we see the two wrestlers creeping up closer to me.
Oh.
And as they move in closer, you see me pull from my waistband. And I have a rainbow bright projector gun there. It's, pink, but it's got rainbow bright on the side. Clearly vintage. And as they come close, I turn around and it's got laser lights and the two of them fall back. And I'm going to do a leap over the top rope and do a leg drop across both of them. Just kind of bam. And as I land, I'm going to stand up and the crowd's probably booing me.
Oh, yeah.
As I turn around and point to the back and go, Wicked Jay, did I do that? And that's my promo.
That will definitely be on the last week on Sunday Smash.
Let's see how I roll. Ooh, that's an 8 plus look is a 9, and I will spend that one momentum I managed to hoard to take it to a 10. So we cut a promo and a 10.
So you get to pick 2.
Well, I gained momentum and picked 1, I think.
Oh, it says, oh, sorry, I was looking at the wrong move. I was looking at your mind games.
So I am definitely going to pick up a heat with Wicked Jay.
And Zuli.
Yeah, I don't know. Who else is wrestling? I might try to
I mean,
do a run in.
like the big hero is Arcade Ace.
Oh man,
I mean, she
I want their ass.
of the pinball. I think
Yeah,
she
I
has that
think
kind of cocky,
oh,
kind of. I mean, not really arrogant, but there is some arrogance.
yeah, that
But there's charm as well.
yeah, exactly. That kind of charming arrogance, the kind you
Yeah.
like to see instead of the kind you don't.
I mean, she's that just like a little bit of changing from creative, and she could twist into being a villain, but she's riding that
Right.
baby face.
Goodness. All right. So I think Arcade Ace is in the middle of like a pinball bumpers move where, you know, she's going from a corner rope bounce to a near corner rope bounce and like hitting her opponent and then doing the other bounce and coming back and hitting him the other side.
Oh yeah. I think the crowd are counting off the bouncers. 1, 2,
Yep.
as each time she goes back.
And before they can shout 3, like there's this jar and it's just this fluorescent green, you know, and in a behind the scenes video, it's like fluorescent powder that's been charged under a really bright lamp. And then, you know, in the behind the scenes video, Ursula would be like, and this is the real stuff right here, taped to the outside. This is what's going to create the smoke when the alkaline water in here breaks out. And so that's sort of the explanation cut in that our audience doesn't really see, but either way, like
this is put up onto the YouTube channel later.
Kinda, yeah, if Ursula has her own YouTube channel, that would be right there. And of course it shatters in the ring and creates this cloud of bilious, unhealthy looking smoke. And there's still that like glowing ooze on the mat. And yeah, and in the commotion, Urzuli like grabs the ropes and like stretches herself in and does this incredible spider leggy sort of deal.
Yeah.
And yeah, takes Aerial Ace by one arm, locks her up, and tosses her to the inside of the ring.
So you actually going into a fight?
I mean, that seems to be the context of interrupting a match in progress, right?
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So yeah.
So yeah, and this is interrupting a set match by creative. So
yeah,
it's a lot less about me fighting, I think, and a lot more about me stirring up shit.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, Ace is on the ground. I'm just like, you and your pretty tricks and your winning days are numbered.
She wipes the hair from her face, and is like, has that kind of daze, like looking around, like, what's going on?
Yep.
Look at me reacting.
And yeah, we'll establish my heat with her at +1. And that's a 9 on the dice. So yeah, we're going to both gain 1 heat with each other. So let's go to my sheet and write that down before I forget, because that's something I'm definitely good at. No, me too.
How does Arcade Fire react?
Arcade Ace. Well, let's see. I gotta
Ace.
make my.
I said I would.
And I pick one from the 7 to 9 list. Oh man. I can result in I can get their opponent disqualified.
Which move are we actually
Run in.
running? Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Your entry doesn't change the results of the match, but creative books the two of you in a match later this episode. This is the end of the episode, so nope. Your interference doesn't change the result of the match, but their opponent comes after you for interfering in their business. Who is
That
their
feels like
opponent
that
in
would
this
set up a
match?
match next.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Let's do it.
Yeah, I mean, do you back out of the match, or are you stay? What happens? Do you stay in for a while, then leave, and then the match continues and finishes? Or is it like thrown out? How do you leave?
I think I get thrown out. I think that Arcade Ace and her opponent like team up for a minute to get me out of the ring. You know, after I pull
I think
another
she kind of like
dirty tricks.
does a kind of works the audience, like, you know, do you think me and whoever this is, I don't care, I'm gonna win this match, whatever. Do you think we should team up and get rid of this loser? And gets the crowd pumping, and like, I think whatever the jobber, you know, just workhorse. It's like, yeah, okay. Teams up.
Is it Pebble? Is it Peb?
Oh yeah, it's
Pebster?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
And yeah, they do like a double clothesline.
Oh,
I think.
rough. I sell it nice and hard,
Yeah.
and I end up like going back on the top rope so hard that I'll like grab it and then backflip out of the ring. Stumble around in a daze.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Arcade Ace kind of, as you kind of stumble away, kind of does like a little, you know, I'll remember this to happen, points at you, and almost gets hit by Pebble, but catches it just before, even though she's not looking in the direction of Pebble. And like, and you know, she's not going to lose to Pebble. And yeah, there's the kind of the after match you know, discussion is like about all this, you know, Arcade Ace does not take a slight like that lightly. There will be repercussions. Take my word for that. And yeah, I think then it cuts to a what are they selling? What are they? What's the sponsor for this week? And how awkwardly do they transition?
Ooh, I think the sponsor this week is some kind of like pepper spray defense system.
Oh yeah, Uzuli is going to have to be looking out for herself. And surely, what would the name of the pepper spray do you think it is?
Oh man,
I mean,
Inferno.
On Target, Red Stinger. Oh wait, that's a
piss off.
Piss off. Yeah, piss off's pretty funny.
Yeah. No, she might need some piss off herself. Piss off. Yes.
Piss off when you know they're number
away.
2.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
Number one plan.
And then it cuts to endless advertising.
Yeah. And like those infomercial type things where people are just being the most incompetent and then the product saves them. How unusual.
But how can I possibly even do this?
I can't cut this bread.
Oh, God. I think my favorite pepper spray product thing is
it's good to have your favorite.
Have your favorite. I mean, this is funny. It's somebody in 2018, I think, put a laser sight on their pepper spray.
God.
Oh yeah.
That's kind of intense.
For tactical long distance pepper spraying. You got to get the one with the laser sight that isn't going to take into account fluid dynamics and drop. Anyway.
When you recognize they're a threat before even they do.
But does it have night vision? I mean,
buggers have evolved.
Yeah.
The other thing I love about pepper spray is, like, you read the instructions on the back and it's like a diagram and it's like, start
Face
here,
away,
finish here. And yeah.
Yeah, it's the arc across. Okay.
Spray across the whole eyes.
Apply liberally.
When they rinse, repeat.
Ooh, harsh. So yeah, do we have any like locker room kind of scenes? Any knocking around?
End of episode.
Off cam? Yeah, let's see what's going on.
If you didn't have a segment or otherwise significantly interact with somebody during the episode, you lose a heat with that character.
Oh man, I lose a heat with Urzuli because we didn't do anything together. So sad.
I think it's mutual. I think. Oh man.
I think I managed to be called into both of them.
No.
Any character with 0 audience is fired. I think we're okay.
Thank goodness.
Thank you guys for letting me unleash my lack of knowledge in this system.
Oh, that was fun.
We learned together.
Yeah, definitely. I was definitely still getting a feel to, because of the way of matches, how they kind of play out, like how much I, as the kind of creative, would like, beyond setting up the match, how much kind of in the match kind of flavor or control to add in. That's something I'm still getting a feel of. So
it's there are a lot of moves.
I feel quite hands off.
Yeah.
During a lot of it.
It wasn't too bad. I feel like it looks like there are more moves than there are, or there are definitely more moves than you use in a given game.
I mean, since they're very like separated into match and then out of match, you don't have to kind of do too much jumping between. You can kind of just go, oh, we're in the match now. Switch
right. I think it's kind of like initially I thought Apocalypse World 2nd edition had a lot of moves, but there's a whole swath of them that are only engaged in certain situations, and this is similar.
Yeah. Like.
Do we go around and do 2 stars and a wish?
Yeah.
Since you've all moved around since last time in the little camera screens, we'll start with Jen.
All right.
little camera screen to me.
2 stars and a wish. I mean, 1 star for Tyler. Melvin is so silly. Just so silly. So funny. I love it. It was great having a match with Melvin. It was great watching Melvin face off against Wicked J. So definitely a star there. Star also, I think I'm going to split between Rich and Alex, because I think that you guys done a good job, like, giving the other wrestlers a clearer feeling, you know? Like I want to see more of Harmon, the Pebble Johnson, right?
Yeah, I think I need to like properly inhabit some roles for the next time. Get some personalities in there.
Totally pulling for Harmon, man. Like, I mean, I wanted to win more.
Yeah, and
I mean, you
Yvonne
can
is just
make
so
that happen.
good. Yeah,
That's true.
I love the just great big beefy Russian heel archetype. You know, the Red Scare wrestling joke.
Yeah, I mean it's basically Zangief from Street Fighter 2 wandering around.
Totally.
It's an oldie but a goodie. I'm fine with it. And Arcade Ace is just so obnoxious. I want to kick her ass real bad.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool.
I mean, you could be the nemesis to the golden one. You know,
I could. I wonder who hired me. I wonder who's going to pay me to take her down, story-wise.
Oh, we need to introduce. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. I'll just step in quickly, stepping on what you're saying, and just say, yeah, that's one of my wishes. We need the promoter, the Vince McMahon.
Yeah. And my wish for next session is I want to be in a match with Wicked J, even though our heat's gone down.
Yeah. How else are we going to get our heat back? So
Right.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Great call.
Yeah, even if it's got to be like a tag team thing, I'm not against that.
Yeah.
Three-way matches. There's tag team. There's.
Rough as hell. Gosh, if any other wishes, I'm getting greedy.
Go for it.
I don't feel like my character has a lot of grievances. Legit grievances.
I think we need to bring in that kind of Vince McMahon type character to kind of play that up.
We need something to dirty up this circuit that we've built, because I feel like playing playing Urzuli, whatever her real name is. I feel like it's clear that she actually likes wrestling, kind of as wrestling. Maybe she likes it because it's fake. Like, fake fighting can be just fun, and that's kind of the point. And that's kind of fun to be the bad guy. It's kind of fun to scare people.
Do you like the kind of the big kind of gimmicks? You know, the full, the Melvin, being
she's
the
definitely like
scary witch.
Yeah. She's definitely the kid who like caught a frog and then chased the other kids around the playground with it.
Yes.
Kind of person.
I totally got that from the like, you got to think about spiders, you got to think about mice. Like, that's good.
And like, she's at least cool enough to be like, well, some people have genuine phobias, and I don't want that to happen. That's like disgust, sure. A little fear, sure.
Yeah, no, I really like seeing that's one of my stars, would be the two sides to her, getting to see that behind the scenes. That kind of, just working out the match together and just being quite friendly and just like, checking in on things.
Yeah, that was fun. Thank you, Tyler, for starting up that scene. And now I'm done. Toot.
And then to Tyler.
Star first off to you, Alex, because obviously it's always hard taking on a system you hadn't done before. And
I did hope to be more prepared.
And WWW is deceptively complex. wrestling itself is kind of silly, and I don't know how many. I don't know how much you like wrestling. I'm a huge fan, but I don't know how
I'm a
people
lapsed wrestle fan.
Which so you come probably from that same, or maybe a little later. I might be older than you, but that same view of where wrestling is. But you came into it with a fantastic respect for what wrestling was, and that was really cool. And I thought that you did a fantastic job coming into it for the first time. I thought that you held on to keeping everything pacing and moving along, and I thought you did a great job with that. My next star, I'm gonna take a page from Jen's book, and I'm gonna split it between Jen and Rich to say that for us coming into a first session, I thought we saw really cool things out of both these characters. Jen, I think you're developing a really neat wrestler gimmick that is going to be cool in the ring, but I think the personality outside of the ring is going to be really interesting. Rich, I think we're seeing the beginning of what this character is going to be with you, and I'm going to move on to kind of, to star, to actually give the star. I think that you were extremely game in the first match of our session with an NPC. You came in and you gave your all, and that's not an easy spot to be in because no one had wrestled before. You're going against an MPW. That isn't always easy, and you came out and you did really cool things. So thank you for kicking us off.
Thanks.
My wish is I think it's going to be fun to see a little bit more of why we made our gimmicks, the personalities behind them. I'm looking forward to and want to see the interactions with Wicked J and I when we're outside of the ring as compared to what we're going to develop inside the ring. Because that's that nice juxtaposition of pro wrestling is obviously we're not really trying to kill each other. We're trying to make money and make an audience happy, but we're going to convince them that we're doing it. I'm looking forward to that. I can't wait to play with you on what we do for our matches. So there's my huge wish.
I will also ditto the chat of, yes, that conversation should be happening at a Waffle House. And Rich?
Cool. Of course, the first star goes to Alex for jumping in when we had a schedule change, and I really wanted to not run a game, and you just stepped up, and I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for the support. It was quite fun to play this, and you did a great job. And Tyler, you're a rock star. Every little thing that you did with the toys and the dolls and the
lightsaber.
The lightsaber, it's so silly, and it's just great. It's really great. And Jen, I was worried when we mentioned this. I'm like, does Jen? I mean, I know Jen is great as being, you're going to get into it. You'll do what needs to be done. But I was like, is she really going to have fun doing this? And I don't know if I'm projecting, but it looked like you're having a pretty good time. And that made me really happy because I was like, I don't know if this is her thing, but man, you really rocked it. And your character concept is just awesome. I really want a poster of certainly on my old teenage wall back when I would have posters that are not Star Wars posters, because that's the only posters I have on my wall now. It's sad, really. So wishes, I definitely want to match with Arzuli. I would like a tag team match. Those are my wishes. I think that would be really fun. And Wicked J would totally tag team up with Pebble. That would be great. So making Melvin and Arzuli team up, I'm just saying that's a wish that I have. It would be hilarious. And wacky.
My first fight where I got to wear a belt.
Oh.
That's great.
I mean, I've
got to learn how to wear a belt sometime.
I mean, I already mentioned one of my stars, which was the kind of the duality of the Zuli, seeing there's both sides. And I guess, which is one of the split stars. I'll do another split star because Rich, I really like that you took just the kind of the Ivan character and really brought it in the commentator.
Thank you. I
In
think
fact-
that's going to be my ongoing commentator voice.
Yeah, in
'cause it's
fact,
fun.
I think I have to spread that because there was some fantastic commentating across everyone, and yeah, just
Yeah, it's fun to commentate.
Melvin's. Just Melvin was fully into his character. Yeah, I just could totally see the waddling away from the ring, trousers falling down, pulling them back up. It just could picture it perfectly. And I think my wish was, which I think I'll be able to do, is I think next session I will be able to bring more character because I will be less in my head about like, okay, how is all the mechanics working? And now I have, you know, with the excellent kind of help from everyone, I see what the mechanics are and how things interact with each other, and don't have to have that front and center in my brain the whole time. I can actually be a bit more loose, and that'd be very fun.
Cool. Well, with that in mind, we have more Worldwide Wrestling coming up. Very excited for that. As the series for it's what was it you were calling this? The March.
Oh well, this is the show is the Sunday Smash, but we're building up to the next kind of big event.
Road to March
Big.
Mayhem. There we
March
go. We're back
Mayhem.
in chat. Yes.
Yeah.
Mayhem.
So we've got those graphics coming up over Sunday Smash all the time, especially when
Sweet.
like doing little montages of the feuds building up.
Awesome. Well, I will stop the live stream here. We'll see you guys in a week.
All right. Toodles.